What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's video, we have a lot to talk about, such as upcoming exotic weapons that could most likely be coming out next in the future updates of Fortnite, Fortnite getting a FPS boost and smaller file sizes in v15.10. However, ironically enough, it's going to be a bigger update for PC. We'll get into that a bit later. Bhangra Boogie Cup being rescheduled and when you need to participate in it, and basically everything about that over again. And last but not least, talking what we just mentioned earlier, the v15.10 updates file size for PC. Keep in mind, timestamps are down below so you can skip around as much as you want and go to the topic you want to hear most about first, but consider subscribing with post notifications on to never miss an upload. Anyways, let's get right into today's video. On October 13th, this was back in Chapter 2, Season 4, we had a new folder added to the game files which has since been changed, codenamed Waffle Truck. And back then, we had tons of special weird weapons that we had no clue about and we didn't know if they would ever come to the game. These being the Dragon Breath Sniper, the Run and Gun SMG, the Frozen SMG, the Slurp Rocket, the Tracking Pistol, the Thermal Pistol, the Storm Scout Sniper Rifle, the Burst Assault Rifle, and the Big Money Assault Rifle. But later, on November 4th, two more weapons had been added to that folder. A Heavy Mortar Rocket type gun and a lasing device, which appeared to be another type of, like a scoped pistol, which may have turned into the Nighthawk that we have now. So with this said in the image on screen, of both the old weapons and the new ones, we can assume that the Storm Scout obviously became one we currently have, the Tracking Pistol became the Shadow Tracker, the lasing device, which became the Nighthawk. The dub, I honestly couldn't find anything that matches. The only one I could think of was the Big Money, but that is an assault rifle, so I don't think it really matches that well. And then the Boom Sniper Rifle being the Dragon Breath Sniper, simply because it's the only sniper in here that really matches the description of anything. But knowing this means that some of these weapons that got leaked early may be upcoming exotic weapons. As we know, we're getting new NPCs this season, such as Snowmando, which if you don't know much about, go watch yesterday's video. I go in detail about his NPC, including dialogue that he has to share with you guys. But with him coming in the future, we may see the addition of the Frozen SMG and the Burst SMG. So let's zone into those real quick, and let's bring up a tweet from a buddy of mine named Mango over on Twitter, who went in more details over what these would do. According to his tweet, the Burst AR, or the Burst Assault Rifle, is supposed to actually be, like the pun intends, a Burst Assault Rifle that apparently will freeze enemies or maybe reduce their movement speed, while the Frozen SMG would work like a P90 and give the users the ice feet effect that you would get from the snow grenades. Now, obviously, anything I mentioned here about these exotic weapons could be scrapped, however, considering the fact that these were all codenamed Waffle Truck, and half of them became actual weapons we have this season, and the addition of NPCs every single update pretty much at this point, that it looks like at least, we could definitely be seeing these assault rifles and this SMG and all these cool stuff coming later in the game. Now, with all of these weapons having their own little gimmicks, and obviously they're being changed throughout the updates, as for example, the old Storm Scout did more damage and had less of a reload time than that of the Storm Scout we have now, we could be seeing tons of these cool little effects happening. Maybe Big Money, if you get a kill with it, it will have a very small amount of ammo, as it looks to have a magazine size of just 30, it would give you more gold or more wads just from eliminating a player. Now, obviously, these are just ideas, and these could just be completely falsified and just not be what they actually do. But the thing is here, is that each one of these weapons seem to have their own gimmick, as they are supposed to be this exotic weapon that you want to sometimes pick up. Imagine if Run and Gun, for example, gave you the chili pepper effect, and when you were running around with it, even though it has a small magazine size and has a very low damage to player effect, you would have a permanent chili effect on you where you're always running faster than normal, which could be used as a way to run out of the storm faster than if you just were shockwave grenading or swimming. Now, obviously, leave your comments down below, let me know what you think these could be for, and I may heart or like some of your comments, who knows? Next up, let's talk about Fortnite Performance Mode boosts coming to PC, which will boost your FPS entirely and lower the download size of Fortnite. Now, their official slogan for this is smaller download, better performance. Players playing Fortnite on older specs have a new option for playing the game. And I'm just going to read the blog post as it is, so feel free to, put this in the background, or just listen to my buttery smooth voice. Alrighty, so beginning December 15th, Epic Games is launching a brand new performance mode on all PCs that meet Fortnite's minimum specifications, meaning that all PCs that can load the game, you guys have access to this mode, this new performance mode when it comes out. Now, it will be an alpha mode when it releases, but performance mode will be selectable, just like if you were choosing DirectX 11 or DirectX 12. It will now be DirectX 11, DirectX 12, and performance mode. And DirectX 12 will have the beta flag, performance mode will have the alpha flag. But this will basically trade out the visual quality of the game to lower the memory usage and lighten the load on your CPU and GPU. So for players who are already playing on low scalability settings or are just playing on less powerful hardware than that of like a 3080 graphics card, this mode will let them run the game better than ever before and maintain a smoother frame rate. However, they will have to give up some of the graphic quality of the game. Now, keep in mind this is an opt-in option for most users and will launch with support for Battle Royale and Creative Mode only. That means if you play on PC and you want to go to Save the World mode, you won't have access to these performance mode settings. Now, if you're on an older hardware and if Epic Games or Fortnite themselves detects this, they will prompt you asking you to try out the new mode as a recommended way to experience the game. Now, obviously, it can be enabled or disabled at any time, and once you do that, you'll have to restart your game, but it is nice to see Epic Games trying to add more longevity to their game. Now, they're not only adding a performance mode, but they're allowing you to save your hard drive space. You will now be able to opt out of high-resolution textures through the installation options page. However, this does have a drastic effect if you decide to keep it on, which we'll talk about when we talk about the v15.10 update file size. But basically, when you go to your options on PC, you'll have three options for the installation: Battle Royale and Fortnite Core, which are both required; Fortnite Save the World, which is not required, you can delete it if you would like; the additional languages, and now high-resolution textures, which, according to this, high-resolution textures in their little dev build they had is 14.48 gigabytes of a file size, which is a pretty big file size. But hey, it's optional now, and you can disable having high-resolution textures, which means your game will look more like, I guess, if you're playing on a mobile phone, but you'll have the benefit of playing at better FPS. So, for those who may not have understand all the technical gibberish there, performance mode is basically a way to lower the in-game visual quality in order to increase the frame rate that you play at. So basically, while your game will look more of like a mobile game, like the mobile version of Fortnite, you will be seeing higher FPS increases, and you'll now be able to opt out of having that high-definition textures installed, meaning your game file size could be a lot smaller depending on if you want that HD textures or not. Anyways, HD textures are cool and all, but let's talk about v15.10. In some bad news we have for PC players if you decide to keep high-resolution textures installed. An official post came out by Fortnite Status that stated the following: due to the addition of the performance mode, please note that the patch size of the upcoming v15.10 will be larger than normal on PC for players who have high-resolution textures installed, and then they said it would be approximately 23 gigabytes. Now, at first glance, this made me think, oh no, are they about to kill leaking once again and ruin us for another year and a half? Well, while that could still be a possibility, what I think's actually happening here is since high-resolution textures are going to be a separate installation, they're going to basically cut down that Fortnite Core and Battle Royale file size and move it over to this brand new high-resolution textures, which basically means you'll have to reinstall those textures once again just to update the game and play it. So for those currently burning down their fridge and throwing stuff against their ceiling fan hoping that something breaks just because they don't want leaking to be ruined once again, honestly, don't worry, it's natural at this point that every update breaks something. Let's be honest here. Leaks have been scuffed for a while now and they'll continue to be scuffed, but hey, they still work, so that's all we can really ask for. Now lastly, let's talk about the Bhangra Boogie Cup. So if you haven't seen, there's been a glitch in the item shop, or basically Epic just messing up, where the Bhangra Boogie emote has both popped in the item shop and popped out of it back and forth randomly, until officially they just didn't put it in there again, and it just stayed away. If you managed to buy it during that time, good job, but hey, the reasoning behind why it was showing up in the shop just randomly was because the Bhangra Boogie Cup that was supposed to happen on December 6th. December 13th at nighttime, 8 p.m. Eastern time, that was supposed to be the item shop where we got the Bhangra Boogie stuff, the emote, the lobby track, and the spray. Well, actually, I don't know about the spray, but all that in the item shop. However, because of the issues that happened and because of just Android phones crashing in general, the cup had to be basically pushed back. So now on December 20th, we will have the Bhangra Boogie Cup, where anyone on an Android device can drop on in for a chance to win the emote, the Click Pow Get Down lobby track featuring Raftar, and the Nana Dance spray. And just like last time, and just like the issue that we had accidentally seen in the item shop a bit early, due to Epic Games messing up, the Bhangra Boogie emote will be available in the item shop in a later date, as well as the Click Pow Get Down lobby track featuring Raftar and the Nana Dance spray. Now, for those who don't know the pricing, the Nana Dance spray is for anyone who gains 5 points during the tournament. The Bhangra Boogie emote and the lobby track is for the top 25,000 finishers, and obviously if you're in like Europe or something, you'll get the most amount of like top people getting the reward, whereas if you're in Oceanic, you only get 1,000 people getting the reward. And then the top 3 point earners for each region, gaining themselves the OnePlus 8T phone, and the top point earner for each region, gaining themselves the OnePlus earbuds. Well, I hope this information was informative and helped you prepare for upcoming tournaments and just upcoming updates in general. I will see you guys next time whenever I make another video, and with that said, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and peace out.